Hello everybody, in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make a roleplay filtered name system. So the first thing that I'm going to do is quickly make the UI. And there we go. Now that we have our UI done, we're going to insert a remote event inside of replicated storage. We're going to name this remote event name file, and then we're going to insert a local script inside of our done button, so frequently used local script. And now let's refer to our button, so our done button. So the parent of this local script is the done button, so we can make a variable by writing local, then we can name it whatever you want. I'm just going to name it button, then I'm going to equal it to its parent of this. So if I say script, it will refer to the script I'm inside of right now. If I put a dot, it accesses the properties and the other things inside. And in this case, we want to use the parent property, and it does tell us that it's equal to the text button. Now that we have access to our button, we're going to connect it into a function every time we click on the button. So button.mouse button one click. So when the mouse has fully left clicked the GUI button. So connect into a function, and let's put our brackets, because here it says we need to put brackets. The connect also has brackets. So there we go. Every function has an end. So I'm going to click here and press enter. Nice. Now I'm going to fire my remote event, and I'm going to pass the text from the text box. So I'm going to go to replicate storage, then I'm going to go do an extra dot to access the things inside, then I'm going to use a colon to actually fire it. So game.replicate storage dot name file, and then file. What we want to pass is the text button. So if we leave here, then we can get here, then we can go here, then we can go here. So what we just did is, using the done button, we went and got its parent. Then since we have its parent, we have everything. We have access to everything inside. So we can do button.parent and refers to our screen GUI. If we do extra parent, I mean not an extra parent. If we do an extra dot, then we can put text button, and there we go. Now we can put dot text, and that's firing over our text. That's our local script done. Now let's insert a normal script. What we're going to do is, first of all, every time the player joins, we want to put inside of them a string value. So when the game.players.player added connect into a function, Roblox gives us the player, so we can name it whatever we want, like a variable, but it's not. And there we go. Now that's going to refer to our player. Let's make a variable. So local name handler, and if we do instance.new, it creates new things. We can put our quotation marks and then put what we want to create, in this case a string value. Then we want to name our string value name handler, so name handler dot name is equal to name handler. Since we want to name something, we need to use quotation marks again. Now we need to put it inside of the player, so name handler dot parent, so where it is right now. Now we're going to change where it is, and it's going to be in the player, so now it's in the player. Now that we have access to that, make sure that every time the player gets added, they get a billboard GUI in their head. So player dot character added connect into a function. And here Roblox tells us we get the character model, so we can just name this whatever we want. And let's actually go make our billboard UI now. So I'm going to go in the head, insert a billboard, and then I'm going to insert a text label, and then I'm going to go to the billboard, and I'm going to go to stunt offsets, and I'm going to make the middle one 1.5, so it's above the head. Then I'm going to go to its size, and I'm going to use scale instead of offset, so 0 and 0, change this to 1, change this to 3, 0. Kind of messed that up. 1, 3. Yeah, there we go. Now since this is happening like this is because the text label is also using offset, not scale. So we need to do the same. Actually, we can just change this to 1, 0. Then we can also change this to 1, 0, and then we just automatically fit in. And there we go. Let's now scale our text. So scale, and there we go. Now we have our actual title. So let's make the background transparency 1. Let's make the font bold. Let's make the color white. Let's add a stroke. Let's make it thicker. And there we go. I'm going to name my billboard GUI to roleplay name tag. And then I'm just going to drag this inside of server storage, access to it. So now I'm going to open back up my script, and now I'm going to clone it, and then I'm going to parent it into the character's head. So I'm going to do local clone UI tag is going to equal to our, so since it's inside of server storage, we need to put game dot and then the name of the thing that we want to access, so server storage, the other thing that we want to access, so roleplay name tag. Now we're going to do a colon so we can actually clone it. Now that we cloned it, let's put it inside of the head. So dot parent equals char dot head. Now let's make the text equal to our name handler. So cloned UI tag dot text label dot text is equal to our name handler. So if they already have this changed, like the value is already changed and they respawn, it will just automatically set it to that. But if we want to make it update every time it changes, we can actually use dot changed. So name handler dot changed, and we can connect this to a function. So now every time that it changes, it's probably going to be the value changing. So we can thank you AI. So we can basically again do this. Now that we actually need to make our remote event get caught because we fired it but we never catched it. So game.replicate.storage.name fire on server event connect function. It will automatically give me the player because I fired the remote event on a local script. That's what always it does. First thing will always be the player if you're firing from a local script and catching on a normal script. So I'm going to put player, or PLR, which stands for player. I'm going to put a comma, and then I'm going to put text because I passed the text if you remember. So the second thing refers to the third thing. So now that we have access to our player, we can go and make this change. So since this is inside of the player, we can go from the player to this and then change the value. So player dot name tag handler dot value equals text, but we need to filter it. So what we're actually going to do is above everything else, we're going to get our text service. So local service is going to equal to game get service text service. Now let's make a PQL. So local text tag is going to equal to our PQL function. I did this here because I'm probably not going to use that, but I can change this to something else. So let's actually use success in this case. But yeah, equals PQL function. Like I said before, every function has its own brackets and it has its own end. And yes, it does. There we go. It worked. Now we need to actually filter it using the service. So service colon filter string is sync. Now we need to put the thing that we're going to filter. So the text, and then our user ID. So player.user ID, and we can ignore the rest. So if success, actually we need to return it. So if we return it, then this will equal to this, to the actual text. So if success, then before we're gonna, instead of doing this now, we're gonna remove this and change this to text tag get get chat for user async, and now we just got to place our user ID again. So player dot user ID. A few things that we need to do is where we actually equal it to the text here, I forgot to put dot value, so I'm going to put dot value, and I'm also going to make sure the billboard GUI text table text originally is nothing, so when you spawn in you don't have a name. And another thing that I'm also going to do is make it so the player's character on their humanoid, so if I make a variable for the humanoid, so local humanoid is going to equal to our char.humanoid, and this is now going to make it think it's a humanoid. Now I'm going to make the display distance equal to nothing, so you don't actually see the player's name. And there we go. Now if we publish the game and click play, it should work. And there we go, the game is loading up. And there we go, we don't have any name tag. But if I do hi or h, it'll work. But if I do something like this, it's going to hashtag it. And if I reset and I respawn, it should be all perfect. And there we go, it is. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.